Welcome to Jamaica Magazine. I'm Audrey Williams. On the show today, we discuss the government's achievements under the Ministry of Science, Energy and Technology, plus more development for downtown Kingston and a quick stop at the St Catherine Parish Library. We also have the news and a few important messages, so please stay with us.
If you're watching the JIS, you're always in the know when it comes to government information and news. Keep watching, keep informed, and tell your friends. JIS, your #1 source for government info.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh and this is your JIS News for Thursday, March 16. The Ministry of Education, Youth and Information is reporting that the 2017 Grade 6 Achievement Test, GSAT, had a smooth start. Minister of State Floyd Green says over 39,000 students have registered to sit the two-day exam in 1,090 centers across the island. He says special arrangements have been made for over 300 children with special needs, as well as those in the hospital.
So far so good. We have a help desk that we have established at a control center, so all our student assessment officers are out in the field, in the regions, checking up to see what is happening. So if there are issues that do occur in the case of not enough scripts, that we have a system that is reported and it comes into central base, and then there are additional scripts throughout all regions so that any problems we are sure that we can resolve, and we will have quarterly updates internally to see how things are going, where there may be difficulties, so that we can intervene.
Minister Green was speaking following visits to Grove and Mannings Hill Primary Schools in St. Andrew today, where he gave pep talks to the students. The Minister of State also made a special appeal to parents of students taking the GSAT exams.
I think it's very important to remind the parents that their main role now is to encourage the children. Remember, we have 2 days for GSAT, so when they finish today, they will go home, and we're saying to parents, encourage them, help them to relax. We know the parents are anxious themselves and they want to find out how they did, but just give them the support, because that is what is very, very important.
Today, students sat the mathematics and social studies component of the exam. They will complete the exams on Friday with language arts, communication task, and science. All 256 government websites can now be accessed free of cost from any internet-compatible device. This zero-rated access became official on Wednesday with the signing of an agreement between the Ministry of Science, Energy and Technology and the two major telecom providers, Flow and Digicel. Portfolio Minister Dr. Andrew Wheatley says Jamaicans will now have access to critical government services that are offered online by state agencies such as the Registrar General's Department, the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, and Tax Administration Jamaica.
It brings the people closer to government, and it utilizes the technology and shows that we are on the right trajectory as a country, and as being the regional leader within this region as it relates to incorporating ICT.
The Petroleum Corporation of Jamaica, PCJ, is providing $5 million to finance research and development as well as academic studies in engineering and energy. This will be carried out through a partnership agreement with the University of Technology Jamaica, UTEC. A breakdown of the money will see $1 million going towards grant funding to underwrite the cost of research projects for students at UTEC School of Engineering. The remaining $4 million will finance tuition for the master's program under the PCJ's Renewable Energy Scholarship Program. At Wednesday's signing, Minister of Science, Energy and Technology Dr. Andrew Wheatley said the approach will facilitate capacity building in engineering while allowing the PCJ to benefit from research information.
A critical component for the development of our country is that of capacity building, and seeing this initiative and this partnership between the PCJ and UTEC really argues well for us as a people and the projection for future development.
In response, UTEC's president, Professor Stephen Vassiani, said the partnership provides the opportunity for students to contribute solutions to further develop areas in energy and engineering.
UTEC Jamaica wholeheartedly welcomes this productive partnership with the PCJ as a perfect fit with the direction in which the university is moving towards leveraging our expertise, knowledge, use of technology and innovation to have an impact on Jamaica's development.
Still on youth, young people 17 to 24 years old will no longer be required to hold 3 CXC subjects to be a part of the National Youth Service Summer Program. State Minister in the Education, Youth and Information Ministry, Floyd Green, made the announcement Wednesday at the 3-week summer work program launch at the Halfway Tree Transport Center.
This year we're targeting at least 2,000 students who maybe never did so well in school. We're going to place them in a job, give them the work experience. And the good thing, you don't only get a job. We give you some training before you go on the job. And then we check up on you on the job to see how it is going. And then when it's finished, we have another session with you so that you can develop and move on from strength to strength.
Minister Green added that youth with disabilities will also be targeted through an expansion of the Youth Services Empowerment Program. 8,000 young people are expected to be employed during this year's National Youth Service Summer Program. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says government remains committed to Jamaica's sustainable development through the promotion of a peaceful and inclusive society. Asserting that there can be no development without peace, Mr. Holness says government will fully implement Goal 16 of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, which is aligned to Goal 2 of the Vision 2030 Jamaica National Development Plan. Mr. Holness's message was read by St. Andrew's High School for Girls student Ashley Onfroy at a Youth for Peace rally commemorating Commonwealth Day 2017 on Monday.
By reducing the level of crime, we intend to foster a more favorable environment for economic growth and job creation, thus paving the way for Jamaica to become the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business.
Commonwealth Day 2017 was observed under the theme A Peace-Building Commonwealth. And finally, Minister of Culture Olivia Grange has expressed profound sadness at the sudden passing of Dr. Delroy Gordon, Executive Director of the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, JCDC. In a statement, Ms. Grange remembered Dr. Gordon as an affable and capable man who was dedicated to cultural development and the JCDC, to which he gave 30 years of service. She said Dr. Gordon's passing has left a void in the cultural development sector. The minister also offered condolences to his immediate family and workers at the JCDC. Dr. Gordon passed away suddenly this morning. He was 55 years old. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
We Jamaicans are a hard-working set of people, and we at the JIS know this. That's why after a hard day's work, you can simply pop onto our website, jis.gov.jm, and be in the know with government news and information. JIS, your information hub.
Nutritious food, succulent dishes, superior workmanship, and excellent service. Jamaica is on the go. Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Let's harness the indomitable spirit of our most valued resource, our people. Let's support our local businesses. After all, buying Jamaican means building Jamaica.
The Urban Development Corporation is facilitating the construction of the new Red Rose Fish Market as part of the redevelopment plan for downtown Kingston. The complex will be completed within the next 6 months and will provide an environment that will attract patrons and increase business for the vendors.
The Urban Development Corporation, in association with the Jamaica Information Service, presents Urban Scope.
Transformational images for downtown Kingston, positioning it as the city of possibilities, the ideal location for work, home, leisure, culture, and entertainment. The Urban Development Corporation, UDC, is the leading agency of this development, and as early as the 1960s, it has been working with partners and investors to carry out the different projects. Significant infrastructure development has taken place over the last few years. Chief among them is Digicel's global headquarters on the waterfront on property sold by the UDC. Major development has also taken place to transform the market district. The UDC partnered with the Kingston and St Andrew Municipal Corporation, KSAMC, and Digicel to reconstruct and upgrade stalls in the Coronation Market. The corporation is the project manager for a new building at the Red Rose Fish Market at Rose Lane to improve the socio-economic livelihood of the patrons occupying the facility and also to enhance the market district overall.
The Red Rose Fish Market was essentially a dilapidated space that is occupied by fish vendors. So the scope now is to build a portal frame covered market. This will encompass having fish stalls as well as fish storage compartments for these vendors. It will be a place that persons can come and buy fish, sea products, basically in a healthy, environmentally friendly area.
The facility is part of the downtown Kingston redevelopment plan to renovate and modernize our markets.
The Red Rose Fish Market is now the next step, where we are now putting in a structure where there was no structure. And so it will fit in well with the development of downtown Kingston.
The project is scheduled for completion in 6 months and is financed through grant funding from the Petro-Carib Fund. The facility is being constructed by NF Barnes, with oversight operations by the KSAMC.
The overall vision ultimately is to encourage and welcome more persons to come and shop and do business downtown. And to do that, we are providing a better environment for all partners. It allows better flow, it allows for better traffic management, it allows for better safety and security.
Fish vendor Veronis Chin shares her anticipation of the new building.
I will be feeling very comfortable in the new building because remember, no rain waiting again, we are in a good shelter, and it will uplift the community.
For sure, it will provide a better environment to do business. That's number one. And with a better environment, I know they will make more money, which is their primary view. But also for the KCAC, it would be more organized and better able to enhance service delivery.
The redevelopment of downtown is being guided by the phased implementation of the UDC's Downtown Kingston and Port Royal Redevelopment Plan 2030. This plan will facilitate the development of both areas and is aligned to Jamaica's Vision 2030 National Development Plan. Aspects of the plan already completed include the construction of a bus park, which is one component of a multimodal transport centre, and the upgrading of St William Grant Park. A sustained increase in commercial and socio-cultural activities is anticipated through the construction of the Festival Marketplace and the Simon Bolivar Cultural Centre. Other developments that have gained traction since 2012 include construction taking place on Port Royal Street for Grace Kennedy's multi-story complex. Lands were sold by the UDC. Grace has also renovated a building on Harbour Street for use as their financial centre. Opportunities abound for developers and investors to take advantage of the tax incentive program for downtown Kingston, which have been utilized by Grace, Convertra, and Courts Jamaica in the past. Also, nearby along the waterfront on property sold by the UDC is the construction of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade headquarters. The renovation of offices for the Accountant General Department is also well underway. The UDC, making development happen in downtown Kingston. To learn more about the work of the Urban Development Corporation, call 656-8031 or visit their website at www.udcjamaica.com. You may also follow them on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, or visit their information center on the ground floor, Kingston Mall, downtown Kingston.
Urban Scope was brought to you by the Urban Development Corporation in association with the Jamaica Information Service.
We want a productive Jamaica. We are not productive Jamaicans. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity is the way to go for all us Jamaicans. Small business, big business, old and young, we are tell every woman and man. We want growth and prosperity for a better nation with a building plan. So we can build our product and sell our product and put more money in our hand. Our economy can rise to a level and build a better nation. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity.
Productivity, pathway to prosperity. A message brought to you by the Jamaica Productivity Centre, a department of the Ministry of Labour and Social Security.
In its efforts to reduce the cost of electricity, the government has facilitated the implementation of major renewable projects and the country's first liquefied natural gas plant. These were carried out under the Ministry of Science, Energy and Technology, and Portfolio Minister Dr. Andrew Wheatley sat with Ian Boyne to discuss these and other achievements.
Achievements in technology, Minister.
Well, on becoming government, we made a commitment to the Jamaican people to provide them with true universal access. And we were able to achieve that in collaboration with the major telcos, in that it is now free or zero-rated to access all government websites, and in particular, the educational material at the Ministry of Education. And what that simply means is that
you don't have to have data.
You don't have to have a data plan.
Oh.
You can have an unpaid data plan. And what it does, it supports not only the integration of technology in the lives of our people, but our students in particular, those with the tablets from the Tablets in School initiative. When they go home now, these tablets can be used by accessing the educational material at the Ministry of Education. And so it adds more value to the Tablets in School initiative. It also gives Jamaicans the opportunity to utilize technology. Persons who would want to start the process of an application with PICA, or start the process of doing their tax returns with TAJ, or report a debt, you apply for a certificate at RGD. And so what it does is bring our people closer to the government through the use of technology. We have also done quite well as it relates to bringing technology to the people. We were able to open a number of free Wi-Fi spots throughout the country. The heritage sites, Devon House, for example, Arthur Tree, George William Grant Park in downtown Kingston. We are going to Spanish Town in the market, or Spanish Town, the market district in Spanish Town. We'll be going to Ocho Rios, towns such as Brownstown up in the hills in St Anne. And so it is not just about providing access in urban areas, but ensuring that we bring the technology to all Jamaicans. Technology is really the pillar that we believe that will really push us to achieve true economic growth. And so we have to ensure that it is integrated in every facet of life for our Jamaican people.
The Universal Access Fund, Minister, what's been happening there?
Well, the Universal Service Fund, it's now the Universal Service Fund. It has been driving the process of ensuring that we get Jamaicans connected. We have, last year, over 35 campsites, community access points were opened. We have contributed to a number of institutions, the CMI, as it relates to a simulation center. And this year we will be start a new program, a new partnership with the CMI. You, of course, recognize that the CMI it just got university status, and it is the leading maritime institute in this region. And as such, it is appropriate that the Universal Service Fund is partnering with the CMI to ensure that we provide the opportunity for Jamaicans, especially as it relates to logistics, seeing that that is a new frontier on which business will be done in the future. And it contributes to our outlook of ensuring that we build on that knowledge-based society that we want to create here in Jamaica, and ensure that Jamaica stakes its claim as being a truly digital society. And I also want to add here that we are doing quite a bit on the ICT front, because we are partnering with the Jamaica Public Service Company to launch our first real smart city, and that will be New Kingston. And that will be done by the end of this year. In fact, we have started the process, and we are like 60% complete in terms of putting in the infrastructure in the New Kingston. The lights there now are smart lights, street lights, the stop lights, smart. We will be ensuring that the area is, of course, free Wi-Fi service. And so persons on the go will always be connected. The parking meters in the New Kingston area will also contribute to the Smart City initiative. So it looks very good for Jamaica on the ICT front.
Science Minister, what are the achievements in that area?
I mean, science is very critical for us as a people. We have not invested enough over the years in science and development. And so we have this new thrust. Last year we had our Innovative Award, which brought to light a number of Jamaicans who are innovators in themselves. In fact, we have a particular young man whose initiative, whose invention is now patented, and we have quite a bit of interest, and that has to do with powering motor vehicles using water.
Water?
Water. Simple water that is out there. Just the splitting of the hydrogen and the oxygen bond generates enough energy to propel a motor vehicle. And so we will be bringing science and science awareness to our students in the schools. We recently, NCST with the Scientific Research Council, a partnership where we had a conference that brought forth numerous research work being done here in Jamaica. But I would like to use this opportunity to encourage the private sector to invest in science and technology. Too often we are just mere consumers and do not invest enough in research and development. Jamaica is blessed with talented persons, and so we need to capitalize on that. Too often Jamaicans leave here after government has invested quite a bit in developing that person because of a lack of opportunity here as relates to research, as relates to development, as relates to STI in general. They have to go abroad to seek better opportunities.
And your thrust is to make the environment so favorable that people stay here.
That's right. And so we are putting together a policy that will ensure that we provide the appropriate environment to encourage and to foster that type of development, and that persons stay here in Jamaica and contribute to the nation building.
Thank you very much, Minister. Minister of Science, Energy and Technology, the Honorable Andrew Wheatley, speaking about achievements under his ministry.
Guys, I'm not ready.
Ready a long time. Let's go.
Ready, Mona?
Yeah. Oh, Shelly, I have a file for you for tomorrow, okay?
All right.
I'm gonna leave it on your desk.
Sure, go right ahead.
But Shelly, you don't shut down the computer.
But it not gonna do nothing.
But of course, when you leave it on, it burns excess energy.
I say go?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you know that the country foots the bill to import the fuel that produces electricity? Let's all play our part to conserve on energy by ironing once per week, unplugging all appliances when not in use, and avoid keeping the refrigerator open for a long period of time when removing food. Get smart. Don't get left in the dark.
For the past few weeks, we have been highlighting different activities of the Jamaica Library Service, such as their summer program, national reading competition, and internet services. Today, we head over to the St Catherine Parish Library to hear about their services.
The St Catherine Parish Library is your safe haven, your home away from home in the buzzing metropolis of St Catherine. Established prior to Jamaica's independence in 1947, the library is located within the heart of the former capital, surrounded by some of the country's most well-preserved historic buildings.
The St Catherine Parish Library has stand out in that it's one of the libraries that has the most reach in the rural communities because of its 11 branch libraries.
Through the various public libraries, the network is able to provide quality ICT resources to its large membership.
We have installed 83 state-of-the-art computers with the latest Microsoft software.
In addition to the offerings of the Jamaica Library Service, the St Catherine Parish Library Network has also implemented a number of engaging and dynamic programs and services.
We have Readers and Writers Club,
Spanish club, needlework club, and at the Geisel Branch Library there's a board game club and an embroidery club. Other activities also remedial reading and also homework session.
The library also provides free computer training for all age groups, so library members can maximize on the benefits of this facility.
We do a basic computer training, and the basic training is broken down into 3 units. The introduction to the computers, we do introduction to Microsoft Word, and we also do introduction to the internet. We have a number of persons who have done the basic training and have moved on to the digital literacy.
Senior citizens are particularly keen on the opportunity to build their competency in computer literacy.
It's fascinating. It opened the world to you. Some things that I didn't know. Even some countries that I wasn't aware of. You know, you could first-hand knowledge of them, history, geography, and there's so much information, and every day there's more and more and more information. And I'm really excited. You know? As a matter of fact, I literally sleep with the computers.
The core of the library's target audience, students and young adults, are still finding their usership experience engaging and fulfilling, which has been enhanced through the access to advanced ICT resources being implemented under the Global Libraries project.
I come to the library every day, sit, read books, use the computers, socialize with friends outside. For the computers now, you can play games, you can go on social media, you can go on YouTube, whole variety of stuff.
Each time I get homework, I can depend on this library to help me to complete this homework or any other one that I have to do.
While basic computer training is also provided, for the Tiny Tots, their most anticipated activity is the Story Hour session.
He'll squash you like a bug. He'll flatten you to the floor and leave you there like a rug. I'll be okay, said Samuel. I'm just going to try. Someone has to take a stand and make peace with that guy. Samuel marched across the schoolyard, just his lunch pan by his side. He was Samuel's newest friend. The children came out of hiding, and before the day was done, guess what happened?
If you would like to know what's happening, make friends with the St Catherine Parish Library or their branch libraries. This is where we leave you on this edition of the JLS Spotlight feature. Stay tuned next Thursday for another JLS Spotlight feature.
That's all we have for you today, but join us again tomorrow as we continue our discussion with government ministers. We also ask that you stay connected via our website, jis.gov.jm, or our YouTube channel, and keep sending your feedback to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm or tweet at JIS News. On behalf of the production crew, I'm Audrey Williams. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.